So how does you think the music plays into that?
That's a good question. That's what I want to crack. That's what I want to know. I think this is a. I couldn't ask for a better time to be an artist or someone, a creative person, because there is so much to draw from now. I think music plays an important role in it, though. There's no doubt that bands like I mentioned Florence Welch earlier, and Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars. Like those bands, they're able to connect with people, and they give them something that they need and want, which is pure escape, and just transcending whatever they might be stuck in that moment, and offering them something better, even if it's just for a 2-hour show, and that means something. Plus, music now is very sobering. It's like when I was first starting out, we were a big part of the Bonnaroo party scene, and that was fun. It was great. And it is a big part of rock and roll for sure. But now the music that interests me seems to be more direct and decisive and visceral and sobering. Where, like for example, Florence says, "Dog days are over. Dog days are done. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come." Right. And when she says that, people are just like, yeah, because it's what they want to hear. It's what they need to hear. So I think it plays an important part. It reflects society. Music reflects society. It doesn't create it. It reflects what's going on. But when it's doing its job right, it's helping.
So you see music as more escapism than like a vehicle for social change?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say escapism. I think it should offer music should offer relief, and it should be it should. I don't know. That's a good question. It depends, honestly. Like there's some. I think you should do both, really, and that's what I want to do. I want to be socially aware because I am, and if there's anything that interests me, it's like I couldn't write anything more interesting than what's happening right now in the world. There's so much to draw from, and I think that should reflect in my music, and that's what I'm working on. But it's a fine line to cross because you want to entertain people, you want them to have fun, but at the same time you also want I suppose to enlighten them. I don't know. Maybe at least show them who they are and see if they like it.
So are you a lyricist just as much as a composer?
I'm not. I wish I was. I do write lyrics, but songwriting is not my strength, and I tend to be more of a big part of what I do as a producer is I work with the artist on their material. I work really well with other artists. Like if you were to come to me with some material, I could help you see it through all the way to the end. I think it's because I grew up doing that with my brother and stuff like that. I watched my dad do it my whole life. But I really like record production. It's fun. It's very gratifying. But I wish I was a better writer, but I'm working on it.
So do you produce all of the All-Star records? And
I co-produce them with Luther, some of them. Some my dad produced, and but like Shake Hands with Shorty, the first one we did, which was probably the most influential All-Stars record, but we co-produced that ourselves, and we just recorded it in a little barn in Coldwater, Mississippi, totally homemade. But it was an incredible experience, it was really something else.
Let's talk about the future of Memphis music and the future of the blues. Do you see that it has a bright future, or are you more pessimistic?
I do, yeah. There are so many, at least in North Mississippi where I grew up, there are so many great families that still carry on the tradition, like Other Turner's family. Sharday Turner, his granddaughter, is so talented, and she's playing music and just doing great. R.L. Burnside, he has like so many sons that play. Gary Burnside, Dwayne, Dexter plays drums, and they're all just awesome, so talented. And of course Cedric Burnside, his grandson, who played drums for R.L. for years, he has his own band now where he's playing guitar and singing, and he sounds just like his granddad. It's incredible, it's amazing. Then you also have the Kimbroughs, David Kimbrough and all of them, Junior's sons. So I see it as alive and well, you know, and I even see their kids playing now. Like my friends have had kids, and like Dwayne's son Junior has been playing on stage with them, which is amazing. I mean, he's like a child, but that's what we did when we were kids, so it makes sense. But I think it's alive and well, you know. On the surface, it's easy to see it dissipate or to see it. There's just not much on the surface. You have to dig deep, you know, with blues music, especially in Mississippi. You know, it's all about the people.
Hmm. Sounds like it's all about the families too.
It is. It's a big, absolutely. It's a big family. It's like it was an amazing place to learn music, man. It was like just all the shows. Like you would have at Junior Kimbrough's at his club where we would go hang out and watch him play on Sunday nights. There would be local people hanging out, and there would be like some tourists, like people that knew about it. You know, people came from all over the world to see it, and then also kids from Oxford or whatever would drive up, you know, into Marshall County, so they'd probably get beer. I don't know, but it was a really cool scene, you know, and yeah, it's very family oriented and just very much about the community.
Do you have any suggestions or advice for young musicians looking to get their start?
Yeah, tons. You know, the main thing is to just play as much as possible. You know, just I would recommend doing every show that you can do. You know, that's the key, really. Staying busy. Really, the key for any artist is to just stay active. You know, things will get hot and cold, and they'll be good and they'll be bad. You know, but it's like as long as you just continue following your dreams, you know, then it'll happen in one way or another. You know, what's meant to happen will. But as far as just, you know, direct advice for musicians, practice a lot. I mean, like, when you think you practice enough, practice twice as much. It's crazy how much woodshedding it takes to really learn instruments. I would say learn as many as possible. Also, you know, it's important to find other people that you like playing with. That's a big challenge, you know, and that's those opportunities only come up so often, and make sure you seize on those opportunities and are prepared when they happen, you know, because that's how it works. You know, you meet one person, it leads to another, and it's although I think there is too much attention paid to networking. You know, networking is good and contacts are good and everything, but really what it comes down to is what's in your heart and what's inside and what you do for yourself. You know.